Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. Let's start off with this Paulina and Lonnie scene, because this is something that just boggles my mind. Okay, and I know that I'm not the only person that looked at this scene, said, WTF, are you kidding me? Paulina comes, she comes in Lonnie's place, and they do a little quick chit chat or whatever. And then Paulina says, I slept with your father. And then starts to walk off a little bit. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Within, I don't know, under 2 minutes. This is pretty much the first thing that comes out of your mouth. This is just something that you're just like, are you kidding me? And the way she said it just came across as so trashy. So trashy and so disgusting. Okay? Just gross. But then she has a talk with her. And she's like, well, I told you that because, I want to make sure that you're okay. You're everything to me, this, that, and the third, and I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. You don't want her to feel uncomfortable, but are you kidding me? You literally came out your mouth and said, I slept with your father, but you don't want to make her feel uncomfortable. I saw the promo of that, and granted, I didn't, really get a lot of the context behind it. I was like, where did it start? Did she say something to offend Paulina or anything like that? Like, what brought that on? No, she walks in, has some chit-chat words, and then just blurts that out. And then the rest of the time, she's sitting there talking about, well, he's a great man, and this, that, and the third. And of course, with that being said, Lonnie pretty much gives Paulina and her blessing, and is going to be happy for them because she loves them both and respects them both, this, that, and the third. So she's totally cool with it. And I was just like, are you kidding me? There was so many things in this episode, but that was one of the things that I was just like, on what level is that not disrespectful? I know I'm not the only person. I know I can't be. I really can't be. And of course, Abe, after finish talking to, Roman, he comes over there, he wants to make sure, he wants to sit there and make sure that, Lonnie was cool with them, being together and stuff like that. But Paulina was like, hey, I already beat you to the punch. And with that being said, Lonnie's like, nah, it's cool, whatever, y'all happy, I'm happy. They exchange a couple words for a little bit, and then Paulina leaves. And then towards the end, there's some flashbacks of, Paulina with Chanel, and the square, and all this other stuff like that. So I guess we're just sitting there waiting for this big reveal of whatever sort of nefarious plans that Paulina has for the town square. And I'm wondering, here's my thing, I'm wondering what that is. I really do, because I'm hoping, and I really hope that I'm wrong, I'm hoping that whatever plans involved, that it didn't have anything to do with the fact that, they slept together. Like, that wasn't part of her plan. That was just something that just happened because it happened. But with these storylines and stuff like that, you never know. But yeah, I'm still just like, my head is just, it's not even spinning. It's just like, WTF, are you kidding me? Now, with that being said, let's start off, let's go to, Chanel and, Allie. So, they want to sit there and get Julie's approval. They bake her some brownies or donuts or whatever, and, she likes them, and she gives them their blessing, and, with that being said, they're happy, they're excited, they start holding hands, and at some point, it looks like they're about to kiss. But then there's a knock on the door. Tripp is there. Now, here's my thing that I'm just trying to, like, the way that they're about to kiss, it seems like it was on both of their ends. And I feel like Allie needs to decide on what she wants, because she's going to wind up either hurting one or both of them. And as much as I cannot stand Chanel, and I think we all know how much how I feel about that woman, this woman, Allie, needs to figure out what the hell she wants, because I have a feeling she's going to have one of those really stupid moments. You know, one of those, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, poor Allie, like, one thing happened, I'm like, no one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear you have another one of your little dumb moments, okay? We all know how I felt about that before. And, granted, that was circumstantial and all this other stuff like that. This is, this is pretty much, you're dealing with two people's hearts. So, the chick needs to figure out what the hell she wants, because I have a feeling that she's gonna just make herself look like an ass and hurt some people in the process. And, just once again, it's gonna make me just be like, this chick, I just, So with that being said, Tripp comes in there, he talks a little bit about the Dr. Snyder thing and drugs and stuff like that. And then, they're doing some taste testing and stuff like that. And, they're baking brownies next. But there's a wait. And, Chanel, I don't know what she was thinking, but she was like, oh, we need to sit there and do something to burn some calories. I was like, okay, cool, so you're going to go for a walk, right? You're going to go for a walk, go in the town square a little bit, just kind of hang out and come back and whatever. Not that you should do that because you're cooking, but my point is, maybe you should walk around the block. I don't know. This chick decides to turn on music, and then she starts dancing, and I'm just like, what the hell am I watching? What am I watching? What is this? This looks so damn awkward. It looks so awkward. So she starts dancing, Natalie starts dancing, so at this point, I mean, we already know that, like, they're looking at Tripp like, alright, you're gonna start dancing, right? You're gonna start dancing, I mean, you gotta dance to get those brownies, that's the deal, that's the new deal. So this man, I don't know. Now let the record show that I am not the best dancer, okay? I am not, in any way, shape, or form, the best dancer. And I still looked at Tripp like, what? Like, are you having a heart attack? Like, what are you doing? You seasoned? Like, what what the hell was that? So he starts doing whatever the hell he's doing, and then, he says a comment that I'm just so not gonna repeat. And then, Chanel's just like, well, you said it, not me. And then they all starts dancing because that scene needed to happen. And well, you know what? At the very least, I got a good laugh out of it. Okay, it was awkward, then it was funny, and so it served its purpose. And of course, Tripp liked the brownies. So yeah. So, get right back to Xander and Gwen watching this man have a heart attack. So they're both kind of standing there looking at each other like, well, what are you going to do? What you going to do? What you going to do? So they go back and forth a little bit. And Julie gets in there, and I feel like it just becomes kind of comedic, but also somewhat kind of annoying. Julie, to me, I feel like the jury's still out on her, as far as I'm concerned, because Julie can be annoying one minute, she can be insightful the next minute, and it's just, you can't, like, I guess it just really depends on the win at this point. But she comes in there, and at first she thinks that this guy is a hooligan and a drunk or whatever. And then at one point, I thought she was going to be like, oh, he's dead. But she was like, oh, he's passed out. So, Gwen and Xander are sitting there trying to do their best to sit there and cover up the situation. And somehow that actually worked because Julie's just like, oh, well, get him out of here. Nah, 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 nah. And she does her usual whatever the hell it is that she does. She walks off. So when she leaves, now Xander and Gwen are... At one point, Xander's like, yo, let's call the cops. And Gwen is like, no, because, well, technically this is like my second body. And they didn't believe me on the first one. And I'm pretty sure they're not going to believe me on this one. On top of that, there's the whole, drugs things that's going on. So, yeah, we're not doing that. So, just as they're about to sit there and try to take the body somewhere, Jack comes in there. And then it just becomes a damn comedy show at this point. And, I'm not gonna lie, I actually had a good laugh. I had a good laugh. Jack comes back from seeing Kayla and Steve. They're talking about Gwen. And with that being said, Jack kind of reveals some stuff about Gwen as far as Schneider and their connection. The fact that Schneider went to actually have a house call with Gwen and pain management and stuff like that. And that she's not feeling any pain. So it gave Steve and Kayla something to work on as far as like, trying to connect the dots. But with that being said, he does go back home. And as Gwen and Jack are about to sit there and try to decide to do something with his body, Jack comes in there. Now, Jack comes in there with like practically a book of bills and bills and letters and mail and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, all that stuff look like bills. Like, Jesus, what the... Like, what is all that? Anyway, he comes in there. Now you got Xander and Gwen sitting there watching cartoons. Meanwhile, Jack is just sitting there talking to Steve and Kayla about how they're not, they're bumping heads, and he hoped that the talk that they had with... Seriously. The talk that he had with both of them would, work. He gets in and he's like, what's going on? Y'all seem chummy. You're watching cartoons. Yeah, okay, y'all good. And, Gwen and Xander are like, yeah, we talk things out. We're good. We're trying to get along and all this other stuff like that. Jack is like, oh, well, this looks kind of interesting. Can I watch it? And they're both like, no. You're not going to understand it. We're not trying to get rid of you. Just, context. You're going to miss the joke. So, there's no point in that. But Jack does have a conference call, or a video call with Jennifer. I guess they're working on getting the... You know what? I don't even know how many Jennifers they actually went through, so I can't even sit there and say, but I'm assuming, hopefully, that they're getting another Jennifer. But to be fair, I think they could wait a while on getting a new Jennifer, because they still got this story and these characters to go through, and it just doesn't make any sense to sit there and just throw a new Jennifer in there if you're not going to really give her anything to do. So, anyway, with that being said, he goes upstairs to get his video call, and, I guess Gwen and Jack are going to sit there and take out the bodies somewhere. Even if it's in the middle of the daytime, this should be kind of interesting. So I guess they're going to sit there and try to bury the body or dump it or something. I mean, I saw the promos, and it looks like they do find his body. And, they're going to do something with it, but I guess we'll just wait and see. But I'm not going to lie, that whole scene between Jack, Gwen, and Xander was actually pretty funny. They've actually been surprising me every now and then. And sometimes I'm just sitting there, I look at scenes like that, and, just scenes in general with like soap operas and stuff, and sometimes it kind of hits, sometimes it kind of miss. It's kind of like SNL, like, every once in a blue moon, they can, like, surprisingly be funny. And the last scene, I think, is the scene between Kayla and Steve. So they're pretty much putting a lot of this stuff together. You know, even when they were sitting there talking to Jack, you know, Kayla was sitting there worried. Kayla was sitting there worried about Gwen as far as hurting Jack. But when Jack left, Kayla became even more worried because they kind of realized that, you know, all this stuff between Gwen and Schneider can't be a coincidence, you know, between what Tripp saw, the medication missing, the house calls, you know, at this point, what they're really trying to do is see how involved Gwen is as far as, you know, with Schneider. You know, they already suspect him of something, and now they're tying, you know, Gwen into this whole thing. So, like, this is, they're putting the pieces together. The problem is that this dude is already dead. And I'm not gonna lie, scenes with him, like, not being, like, not breathing, just works so much better. It just works so much better. And I know that's very dark and just kind of dickish me to say, but this man was just a miserable SOB. You know? Just absolutely miserable because all he had was his job, and he never made any time for anything else outside of his job as far as a love life or friends or a love life with friends. Like, so he just became miserable. And I'm not going to lie, I really just don't feel sorry for him because, you know, yeah, you're in pain, but that doesn't give you a right to take out your pain and anger on other people. So, be honest, I'm kind of just like, bro, yeah, that's just pretty much how I feel. Let me just check something. Yes, and with that being said, I think that's pretty much about it. I just have this nagging feeling like I left something out and I can't remember what it is, and the only thing that keeps running through my head is when Paulina said, I slept with your father. Like, really? Really, sweetheart? That's like, just... But of course, she's okay with it, and I'm just... You know what? I'm not gonna lie, I'm really surprised, because I feel like that sort of tone, you walk in somebody's house and you say something that gross and that trashy, and she's just, towards the end, she's like, oh, well, you're great people, and you're great people, and, you know, Paulina's just like, oh, I didn't want to hurt you. I can't. But, with that being said, I think that's actually going to do it. I want to thank everyone for watching. I know this came out somewhat late. But yeah, I do appreciate, people watching in general, and I want to sit there and thank everyone for watching. I want to thank the new people as well for watching, and yeah, it's a fun ride, so thank you for coming along with me on this soap opera fun journey talk. It's what happens when the soap opera or the review is over a lot more sooner than I expected. I just start saying things that make no damn sense. I wasn't even drinking to say that. So yes, with that being said, I'm going to stop talking before I make more of an ass out of myself. Thank you for watching. Be safe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. See you in the next video.